We're going to start with the site plan and finish with the location plan that references it using satellite images. We'll mainly be using Google Maps so everyone can join in, but any mapping site can work provided it's got good resolution. So let's get started. I've got a separate video that covers the site plan step by step, so we'll skip straight ahead to the location plan. To kick off, we'll want to go to our view map and select our site plan. We'll want to select the site plan, holding in Control and dragging down and creating a duplicate. From here, we're going to right click and rename. We'll call this location plan and go OK. From here, we jump straight into our satellite imagery. While it is handy having little titles around when you're traveling using GPS, when we're creating a location plan, we want to get rid of all the titles. So to do this in Google, we just go to Map, we hover down onto this left-hand corner here, and we go to More. From here, we'll just want to turn off labels. When we go back to our typical map, it's going to turn those back on, but we won't be using this for our example, so it doesn't matter too much. The site that we're focusing on is this one just down here. But let's go back to our satellite, make sure labels are turned off. We'll just open up the snip tool that's built into Windows, or you can take a screenshot using a Mac. We'll just want to make sure that the mode is set to Windows Snip. From here, I'll just go New, and then I'll just click on the map, and that's going to save this map just here. That's automatically going to copy. So let's go into our file, and we'll go paste. Control V. Let's zoom out and bring this one just on over here. From here, we'll just need to zoom on down to this bottom right hand corner, select the image and go Control K. This will allow us to resize the image so it suits the scale. We'll just click OK because we want to define it graphically. We'll zoom in again and click on that left hand side all the way over to this right hand side here. And then we'll just want to click Tab, which is going to allow us to enter the dimension, then type in 100,000. It's 100 meters, and we're always working in millimeters in ArchiCAD. And we just go OK, and that's just rescaled our image. The only thing is we don't have boundaries for this image, so it's kind of hard to line it up. But what we can do is just go back to our Google Map and turn on our mapping. From here, we'll just take our snip tool and go a new snip. We'll go back to ArchiCAD and paste it in. And from here, just repeat the process, rescaling the image size. Now that we've got both of our images scaled up to the correct size, let's select both of them. I'll go Control D to drag. I'll drag this boundary just here all the way over to our site and click once again. From here, I'll go Control E to rotate. I'll click this boundary, click this one just over here, then I'll rotate it just down to this boundary. All right, that's looking all pretty good. So what we can do from here, select both of these images. We'll click from this top and just bring it down to this corner here. Because they're both the same size, it's just going to replace it with it all lined up. So let's zoom in, see how it's went. Yep, that's looking pretty good. Next up, we'll want to take the steps so that we can create a page like this. Let's go back to our location plan. So from here, we'll just want to create some layer combinations. We'll go Control L, just over here on the left-hand side with layer combinations. Type in location plan proposed. We'll go OK. Just on the right-hand side here, we'll also want to create a new layer so we can turn our mapping on and off on the different layer combinations. It'll make sense in a second. Let's go location plan and we'll go OK. And that's created just down through here. Now, currently it's not turned on the location plan. So what we'll need to do is just go update, but you'll notice it still hasn't turned on the eyeball. This is a little trick in ArchiCAD. So what we just need to do, select another layer combination and select back to the layer combination we just created, and we'll turn on the little eyeball and we'll go update. This way, anything that's put onto the location plan layer, we can turn those off on our site plan so we can choose what information to show. Let's just go OK. From here, let's go to our site plan proposed, which has a different layer combination that once we swap these, we'll turn these invisible. It's just a clear way of making sure we've got these on the right layers. Let's select both these plans. We'll go to layer in the top left-hand corner just here. And if we just start typing in location, that'll pop up and then we can just go enter. Now they've disappeared. If we double click on our location plan, we'll notice it doesn't pop back up. But that's just because we haven't turned the view settings so that the location plan proposed has been set for the layer combination. Once we've got that set and just go OK, they're going to reappear. The more times you do layer combinations, the easier it gets. It's a little bit complicated to kick off, but it's well worth it so that you can show different information on different layers without deleting things. But let's start putting this on a page. So let's go to our layer book. We'll create a new layer. We'll call this one location plan proposed. We'll go create. I'm just going to change the title block just so it's a blank A3. We'll just go OK. Right, with our new page created, we'll just want to go back to the view map. We'll grab our proposed location plan and we'll drag it onto our page. It's way too zoomed in here at the moment, so what we'll want to do is go from crop to frame to fit frame to drawing. If we zoom out, it's going to have our satellite images. I want to select a section that I want to show. So what I'll do, I'll just pop back into the view for a second. I'll just go up to the polyline. I'll select the rectangle method and I'll just go to a solid line. I want this area here roughly to be shown. I'll just turn this one to black just so it's not distracting. And we'll just go back up to our layout book and we'll go to the location page that we just created. Our plan is just updated. Now we've got this little rectangle that we can crop the view map to. So let's grab this right hand side. We'll drag this one just on over and repeat this for the other sides. We'll grab this final bottom one just here, bring it on up. There we go. If we drag it over, we'll notice that it's way too big for the page. So what we'll need to do, we'll just need to change the scale of the drawing. To do this, we'll just go back to our view map. We'll right click on our location plan. We'll select view settings. From here, we'll click on scale. We'll go to custom and we're going to type in 3000, I think will suit for this drawing. We'll go OK and we'll click OK again. There we go. So I'll just need to recrop this drawing. I'll click the edges, drag those back into where we had them before, and we'll grab our final one just here, bring that one down. We'll drag this just back over to the page, sitting just about here. So we've got our location plan, but it's not particularly clear just yet. The next few things that we'll want to do are turn off the text and reference the site plan just next to it at a smaller scale. So to do this, let's just go back into our drawing, right click in open source view, or just go to our view map, double click the location plan. If we zoom in, we'll notice we've got all this messy text and dimensions showing. To fix this, all we need to do is go back to the site plan, eyedropper tool our text and select all. We'll go to the text settings and from here just make sure that model view is selected. This way when we go between different scales it's going to stay at the same size. We'll go OK. Make sure you do this in the actual site plan when it's at the right scale. For the text it's just going to make things clearer. Let's just go back to our location plan. There we are. So the text has all been fixed up. Now for the dimensions, we'll actually just turn these off. So we can just go Control L. If we tap in D, these ones are on dimension general. We'll just turn those off and update our layer combination. We'll just go OK. Now these have disappeared off our location plan. If we zoom out, it's much clearer there now. If we go to our site plan, we've still got our dimensions. And this is where the power of layer combinations comes in really handy. Let's go back to our layer book. That's tidied that one up there. Next up, let's create this small little site plan just here. So what we'll do, go back to our view map. We'll select our site plan. Holding in Control, we'll create another little duplicate. We'll right click on this one and we'll rename this one to site plan proposed, but we're going to give it an ID of 1 to 500, just so we can differentiate between the two drawings. We'll go OK, and they'll put it just in front of the title there. If we double click, we'll notice that it's the same as the site plan, which is okay for now, but if we drag it in, it's going to be way too big for the page. So we'll want to reduce the scale. Let's go back in, right click, and we'll go to view map settings, and we'll change this one down to 1 to 500. We'll go OK, and that's reduced the size of the drawing significantly. If we crop in the edges from the top and the bottom, as well as just from the sides, and just drag this one over here. Excellent. Now we've got our little reference site plan. Our scale's showing up in our drawing title here at the moment. So let's just go into our drawing. We'll go down to the settings just down the bottom here, and we'll turn off show RD text. We'll go OK. That's a little bit cleaner. To give this 1 to 500 site plan a satellite image in behind it, let's just go back to Google Maps. We'll zoom on in to our block as far as we can. We'll create a new snip. We'll take our image. We'll open our source view again and paste this one on in. Let's just go through and rescale our drawing again. Control K, and we'll just go 5000. We'll also want the lot boundaries. So let's just repeat that process. Just another snip, paste it in. What we can actually do is we can just go Control K, repeat the process and scale it to the size as the other image. Let's drag our boundary just to meet this one here. We'll zoom in and we'll go Control E, rotate, drag this one down just till it matches up. It's a good sign that it all matches up with all the boundaries. I'll select the top here, drag it back down, same as just before. And there we go. Now these are currently on the ArchiCAD layer. So if I go back to the location plan, they're going to be showing on there as well. So I'll go back to this one here. We'll go new and we'll go proposed site plan 1 to 500. And we'll go OK. Again, we'll just want to click through, turn on the eye and go update just to make sure that it's showing when we've got the layer combination applied. We'll go OK, right click, we'll go to the view map settings, we'll go through to this one here and we'll go to the layer combination we just set up, proposed site plan 1 to 500. We'll go OK. We'll select our site imagery and then we'll go to propose site plan 1 to 500. We'll go enter, nothing's happened. But if we go to site plan, we'll notice that they've disappeared. We'll go back to the 1 to 500 and because we've got the layer combination turned on, it's all working beautifully. So let's go back to our page and we've got our satellite information shown. From here, we just want to connect the two images. To do this, it's actually pretty easy. We'll select the proposed site plan at 1 to 500. We'll create a duplicate, tapping Control once, and we'll line up these boundaries. Now it's a bit tricky because they're showing up over the top of each other. So what we'll just do, we'll just drag it down the page so we can see both sets of boundaries at the same time. What we'll do, we'll just squish up this site plan here so that it matches this plan just here. I'll make sure that this boundary is lined up with this one just here. Yep, we're all good. We'll go Control K, define it graphically. We'll select left to the right hand side. Let's drag this one up just till the boundaries match up. That's all matched up. We'll just go to the polyline. For the line type, we're just going to select a small dash and we'll put it to a red pen. We'll hold in spacebar and click on the view, and that'll create a dash around the drawing. Let's delete this one here now. Let's eyedropper that pen that we just created. We'll hold in spacebar for magic wand, and we'll just do it around the edge of this drawing here. From here, we'll just bridge the two using the polyline, just selecting this geometry method here. Click one side to the other. There we go. Now I might change the line type just to a bit of a longer dash. There we go. We've got our location and our site plan reference. The site plan isn't particularly clear, so I can quickly remedy this by just right clicking, going open source view. I like to use fills. Let's go to a 50% fill. We'll just use a white pen and make sure we've got a transparent set. We'll just hold in spacebar around the site, click once. I'm going to do the same thing for the driveway as well, and the cabin as well. Let's go back to our page. Yeah, that's made it a little bit clearer what's going on. To make the location plan a little bit easier to read, you can just hold in spacebar around the outside with the fill tool selected. We'll hold down spacebar and click over the location plan. We'll select the fill, hold in the eyedropper tool to select the tool again, and we'll hold in spacebar, and we'll click over the top of the segment that we just cut out before and click. This really helps it pop and stand out where our site is in relation to the rest of the context. Now, if you'd like to access this file, as well as all my other tutorial files, be sure to check out my Patreon, which I'll have a link to down below. It's where I put all the ArchiCAD tutorial files, adding new ones with each tutorial. Having access to quality-based files saves years of time and stress, which you could skip if you join today. For more tutorials, I think you'll like this video over here.